The Story of Origin of Lawns and Turf Grasses, presented by turfgrasscare.com. The story of turf grasses is a fascinating tale of how certain grass species have become integral to human culture, recreation, and even ecology. Turf grasses are a group of grass species that are cultivated and managed to create a dense, resilient, and aesthetically pleasing ground cover. In ancient civilizations, such as that of Egypt and Mesopotamia, grasses were planted around temples and palaces to create green, manicured areas for aesthetic and practical purposes. However, in 16th and 17th centuries, wealthy landowners in England and France started to create large, expensive lawns around their estates. In those days, having a lawn was an expensive affair, as the grass was to be manually cut using scythes. So, the early lawns that evolved in aristocratic Europe were a status symbol and represented wealth and power. But the modern story of lawns began in 19th century, and it began with the development of lawn mower, a machine that revolutionized lawn care. It made a lot easier to maintain large areas of turf. Also, the rise of sports such as golf, tennis, and cricket during those times further increased the demand for well maintained grass surfaces. The 20th century was the era of urbanization, not only in Americas but all over the world, and turf grasses became a significant part of urban and suburban landscapes. Housing boom saw a proliferation of lawns in suburban neighborhoods, symbolizing the modern aspiration of luxury living. And eventually, turf grass became a key element of residential yards, parks, and sports fields. In modern era, the story of turf grasses is still evolving, reflecting changes in culture, technology, and environmental awareness. In response to the growing demand for high quality turf grass surfaces in an environmentally sensitive society, turf grass science emerged as a specialized field. Different species of turf grasses, such as Bermuda, zoysia, bluegrass, and fescues, were selected and genetically plant bred for developing varieties that could be used in different climates and conditions. And consequently, we have hundreds of varieties of each species. Each variety, even within a species of turf grass, has unique traits and features that suits not only specific climates and growing environments but also situations and utility. All in all, the science of turf grass management in modern day is a very specialized professional domain. After all, whatever you do to your grass eventually impacts the ecology directly. And so, make sure your green patch of grass grows not only green but also complements the surrounding ecosystem. Indeed, the present era is all about precision maintenance of turf grasses. Have queries? Write to turfgrasscare.com at gmail.com or visit turfgrasscare.com.